Alright, who doesn't like knives? And if you're watching this video, well, obviously it's because you like knives too. Now here's a brand, Flissa, which I haven't seen that often, but we'll get into kind of where they came from. And they have a multi-purpose folding knife that, well, you can see here on the back. We'll give you the part number. Looks like this might be the internal part number. But it's a folding utility knife, 3-in-1, EDC knife, drop point, gut hook, replacement blades, quick change. Liner lock is G10 handle. Can't read that, and everyday use. And yeah, as you can see here, 16 blades are included. So made in China, part number is actually up there. Let's get into it. Of course, G10 handle, quick change mechanism. This is what it's going to look like inside. And here's your blade selection. You'll have 10 utility blades, 3 hook blades. So if you're skinning or what have you, and you have these pocket knife blades times 3. Let's see how good they look. Let's see how well this quick change system works, and if this thing is even worth our time. Alright, to give you a little instruction on how to use it. If you get lost, go ahead and use that. Here's a little interesting tidbit that kind of gives it all away about this company. WorkPro. Why is a WorkPro little sales brochure doing in here? Because WorkPro owns, or they're part of the same parent company, Flissa and WorkPro. So if you like WorkPro products, this is the same company that makes these Flissas. So let's pop this open. This is the knife. There's your G10 scales. They seem pretty decent. Grip is great. Nice recessed Flissa there. A little bit of like plastic kind of jumping on the back, it feels like. You got your lanyard hole here. This is all going to be stainless, I believe, all along here. And then I do like this back here, this belt hook. This is going to be deep carry, or mostly deep carry. And a nice spring action. That is a very positive feel. And it's fairly long enough. And I like that it has, guys, if you run a pocket knife in your pocket enough, you want something that has, one, great retention, but two, has the ability to get your dang finger underneath it so you can actually lift it up over your belt or lift it up over your pant pocket. That's actually just good enough to pass my test. So it looks like you could bend it kind of where you want it. You could take it out and adjust it. It is going to be top carry, so you can't adjust it to the other side, so you're kind of stuck with the one end of it. Alright, so as far as action though, pull it by hand too if you like, and out comes the blade. Now it gives you the whole instruction here of pushing the button here, which allows you to, see that? Allows you to release the blade. Now it fits in there pretty tight. They do got a little bit of oil on it. But this blade actually feels real nice. And they do say it is a 3CR13 steel. And sharpness is still actually pretty good. Actually, right out of the box, pretty good sharpness. Now to put it back in, same idea. Sorry, I'm trying to look through a camera while I'm putting this back together. Careful not to poke yourself. And then just slide it back in. It is a very tight fit. There you go. Now it's in. And there you have it. It does use a liner lock down here. Out it goes. So it is going to be a thumb flip. This button is only for the release of the tool. It doesn't do anything with the helping of flipping it out or anything like that. It is still going to be a thumb flick to bring it out. And right out of the gate, it's pretty tight. It does appear to be, you know, I don't know if that's even ball bearing in there or not. It maybe a bushing. Kind of acts like a bushing. But all in all, it seems to work pretty dang good. Yeah, not bad. You can tighten and loosen it as you want, but I think this is going to break in even further. Now, as far as blades, here's your blade selection. They give you a couple of these, you know, your standard box cutter blades. And then they also give you the additional standard blade that you see here. And then you also have the other blades for skinning if you want to do that too. So there's your skinning blade. We'll try them all on here first. Let you guys all see how they all interact, how easy it is to put it together. But this one really wants to go in there. That is too tight almost for this. So kind of as a negative there. You'd like to see that all the blades actually fit, but I do also like that too tight is better than too loose. All right, that one fits just fine. Maybe that was just a really weird circumstance there. Okay. Let's see if I can actually cut this. This might be a little bit of a stretch. Oh no, could have just fine. So, and here's my thing. I don't know, and you guys feel free to chime in. I don't know that I would use this for hunting, and mostly for the case that when you hunt and you're going to skin something, a mechanism like this is going to get so much blood and guts and just mess inside here that it's going to rust. It's going to just become a problem. And I feel like something like this would be better used with the other blade options. So we'll go ahead and put these all back in here. I think this was the one I was using. All these could just travel back in. Now, as far as other blades, I would say for me, I mean, you could try this like carpet cutting blade. Let's see if that works as well. Now, this one won't quite work because of it's a shorter in the middle, so not all blades will fit perfectly in there. Now, for me, I'll be more so using this as a box cutter blade. So let's see. Yeah, standard box cutting blades fit right inside there. No problem at all. Goes ahead. It cuts just fine. It holds just fine. And that's why I like where this taper comes in, because they could have just left that blunted and thick. But when using a box cutter, you're going to come in real close to material sometimes. You want that edge to be, well, as low profile as possible, and they've done a good job kind of grinding that down. So, and they also keep the blade, and you get about, let's see how much, oh, you get about 2/3 of the blade steel that is usable on the end. And I like the profile that follows the end. It gives you all the maximum blade almost that you could get on this, and you can still flip it around and then get the extra use out the other side. And yeah, like I said, the blades actually fit pretty nice inside there. Easy to quick change. Go ahead, close it back. Definitely much shorter than that in that aspect. But if you want to have a nice little quick action utility knife, very nice, very easy, very strong G10 handle setup here. I like that. I'm actually going to probably use it for that intended purpose because it's small enough, it's light enough. I don't need to carry, and some of you guys may like the bigger bulky knives. I don't like to carry a big bulky knife most of the time. If it's my everyday carry, this is going to be something size-wise that is about as big as I want to go for an EDC. So pretty cool. I actually like it. I think they did a good job. I'd like to see a push button open. One that allows you to kind of swing open, maybe a little bit of ball bearing. I don't know that that's a ball bearing in there. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like a bushing setup. Man, if they just took it a couple steps further, then that would be awesome. I think they'd crush it. Now, this knife is available on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below for you guys so you get the best price. And I think pricing right now on it is around $15 on this. It may be more. Maybe it's 20 bucks. I'll put a link down there because there's some sales going on, and I'll make sure you guys get the sale if you do decide to get it. But profile-wise, feel-wise, this is a solid Chinese-made knife. I know those two words don't typically get used synonymously, but this is actually pretty good. I think it's pretty decent. I think if you picked up one, you'd be happy with it too. And for the price, it's cheap and it's good quality. And I like that you can really use these bigger knives or these bigger blades. These are definitely feel strong, not flimsy by any means. These feel thicker and stronger. And I mean, you could actually sharpen these. These are strong enough steel that you can sharpen them and keep using them over and over again. So you could switch between the blades that you want to use and, you know, have that versatility. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear them. Is there something better that you'd recommend? Or is this actually something that you'd be interested in purchasing? I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, guys. As always, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.